Okay, in this video I'm going to take a look at the Organisation of Working Time Act, and it deals with the whole area of hours of work, rest breaks, holidays and so on. I get a lot of queries in this about this whole area of law, so this particular video is going to be a short one, but I'm going to look at 7 employment claims that are brought on a regular basis to the Workplace Relations Commission in relation to the Organisation of Working Time Act and hours of work. Okay, the first one is to do with your daily rest period. The Organisation of Working Time Act 1997 sets out that you're entitled to a rest period of not less than 11 consecutive hours in each period of 24 hours. So that's the first one. The second one then, in relation to the Organisation of Working Time Act, is to do with breaks. Section 12 provides your rest entitlements, and they are 15 minutes for every 4 hours and 30 minutes worked, and 30 minutes for every 6 hours worked. Now, you may have a contract of employment or a custom and practice in the workplace or agreement from the employer that your breaks will be longer or will be different or whatever. That's fine. But what I'm referring to here and what's provided for in the Act is your minimum rest break entitlements. So these are minimum entitlements. You may get more. The weekly rest period, section 13 of the Act, states that you're entitled to a rest period of at least 24 consecutive hours in each period of 7 days. The maximum permitted hours then, that you should not be required to work more than an average of 48 hours in each 7-day period. Now, this average can be calculated over a number of months, but the bottom line is generally you should not be required to work more than an average of 48 hours in each week. Section 15 is the relevant section of the Act. Annual leave then is dealt with also in the Organisation of Working Time Act, and it sets out your minimum entitlements. As I say, your contractual entitlements may be more, but the Act sets out the minimum entitlements, and that would be either 4 working weeks in a leave year in which you work at least 1,365 hours, or 1/3 of a working week for each month in the leave year in which you work at least 117 hours, or 8% of the hours that you've worked in a leave year, subject to a maximum of 4 working weeks. Whichever of these calculations gives you the greater entitlement, that is what you're entitled to. So essentially it's 4 working weeks, or if you're a part-time employee, 8% of the hours worked. Calculate 8% of the hours you've worked, and that will give you your annual leave entitlement. Okay, public holiday entitlements are dealt with in the Act as well, section 21 and 22. You're entitled to either a paid day off on the public holiday or a paid day off within a month, or an extra day's annual leave or an extra day's pay. Now, this whole area can be a little bit confusing, a little bit complex, particularly if you're only a part-time employee, but the bottom line is that each employee has a public holiday entitlement. Excessive night hours are dealt with in the Act as well. It provides that an employee should not work more than 8 hours, or an average of 8 hours, over a 2-month period in any period of 24 hours. And also there are specific rules for mobile and road transport workers. One word of warning to you, there are exceptions and or exemptions for each of the foregoing categories, so you should get advice before you bring a claim to the Workplace Relations Commission. As I say, there's various sort of tweaks or exemptions and exceptions, but by and large what I've set out there is what's in the legislation, and sets out the various claims that can be brought to the Workplace Relations Commission under the Organisation of Working Time Act 1997. My name is Gorry. I'm a solicitor in Enfield. I hope you find this video useful. If you do, you might give it a thumbs up down below, or share it with a friend, or even comment, and you might be interested in subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.